Welcome to the video. This video is on our e-governance project final review, and my teammates Meeraj and Prashanth will be coming later in the video. And our project title is Integrated Tamil Nadu Citizen Services. And Prashanth will be continuing his explanation in this video.
Good morning, sir. I am Prashanth. Our title is Integrated Tamil Nadu Citizen Services, and I am going to explain about the existing systems which are under this title. These portals are for the services of government to the public. There are n number of portals which are the initiative of the government to make all of the government services available to the citizens via electronic media. Those are formulated by the Electronic and Information Technology Department and the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Reforms. The existing project aims to improve the quality, management and turnaround time and increase the transparency, is replacing the manual process. The existing electronic system is an integrated file and record management system that allows employees to manage content, tools, data internally and collaborate with them. The system is planned to be secure and confidential, automatic runtime and capable on handling the required workload. This facility of monitoring and there is also an auto escalation. When this escalation is done when the error less. There are many advantages and disadvantages on this system. Let's talk about the advantages. Actually, this system is far better than the manual process. As I said before, there are many websites and portals available. These portals are specially created for a particular purposes. Those would be easier for an user for us processing of the services. As the manual process consumes a lot of time for a citizen, for any process, one can easily perceive this type of portals, and there are many centers which do these services with a small commission, and those places are called e-Seva in Tamil Nadu. The people who are working there will have some certain knowledge about this portal, and even though they will have some certain knowledge about the portal for the processing of the citizen. Further, let's see about the common portals of the multiple services. There are specific portals for the government models, government to citizen, government to business, etc. And also, these are combined in a single portal to make the services better experience. Some of the examples of online transaction services include like applying a birth certificate, death certificate, and to the land registration, and applying a passport, to the paying fines and paying an income tax. At first, these services are offered in a particular portal, and later, for the convenience of the public, they combined all the services in a manner where in a single portal, an user can access all the links to forest processing or forest services. And even more, some portals and websites are there where they do the services which will reflect in the respective department. Some portals, for examples, are like tngovernment.gov.in. As these websites, online services of 19 departments, they connected the respective services through hyperlinks where when the user clicks, it directly redirects to the page. The detail and description for these hyperlinks and the government-wide system are not clearly mentioned. For the next one is the CSE.government.in, Common Service Dating. Under the Digital India program, they established to deliver B2C, C2C and G2C services. Many services are provided based on these models. Finally, coming to the last portal, that is the National Government Services.India.in, which is a national portal of India developed with an objective to enabling a single window access to the public for the information access provided by Indian government entities. The total number of services listed in this portal is around 12,220. This is a large portal, so the maintenance need for this is really very big. Even though these portals and websites work good and though they have some issues and problems regarding this working and services. And further will be explained by Simmavakeesvar.
My name is Simmavakeesvar, and I will be talking about the challenges and the difficulties faced by the citizens on availing the online services being offered by the government of Tamil Nadu. So, in the current existing system, there are various number of services being offered online through which many people get benefited from it. But there is a basic problem which exists in the current system, which is there is lack of awareness of the services being offered online, which means most of the people don't know what are the services being offered online, or they don't even know that the services are being offered online, so that they can make use of the services from their homes, so that they can reduce their times, and they can reduce their risks and efforts traveling for a long distance and waiting in a long line of queues, say for example in a TNEB, electricity bill board, so that they don't have to wait in a long queue, so that they'll be getting their chance to pay their electricity bills and like that. So I have faced personal challenges which I'll be telling in later in the video. So we will talk about an important challenges or important issues which exist in the current existing system now. So the first one is, most of the web portals which offer the services, either the people are facing issues like the server is not responding all the time, which is most important, which has more weightage on the error in the current existing system. Like, if the people are facing issues like the server is not responding, they will not be able to avail the services which are being offered in that web portal. So this is an important problem. Like, for example, say that if we are trying to obtain a birth certificate or nativity certificate or a community certificate from a web portal, so in such case we need it. There is an important for us to get to avail the certificate online, so that we cannot go to a government office or a taluk office, wait for a long time and apply it, and even if they face problems like that, we won't be having a solution for it. So this is an important issue. So this has to be sorted out in some way or the other. And the next problem will be like, there is no attractive GUI, there is no attractive graphical user interface. So this graphical user interface has a major role in attracting the users and bringing them back to use the services offered. So this is also an important issue. And then there are no latest technologies being adopted by the web portals or in the websites where the services are being offered. For example, say the cloud computing and the cloud data storage, where we can easily retrieve, where there are faster responses by the services, by the servers. So the citizens can easily avail the services, and which will be fast, efficient enough, so that the people will be satisfied on the services being offered. And in the same way, the services offered, in the same way, the customer satisfaction is fulfilled, so that the people also come back to avail the services being offered online. And then the next issue is like insecure databases. In web portals, when we go to avail services online, we have to enter our personal information like our name, Aadhaar card ID, and other personal informations about our address or birth dates and many other personal information, so that we will be given a separate account for us. And then getting into that account, and we will be availing the sources which are made available on that website. So these personal information will be stored in a database, which is there on the server side, on the backend side. So these databases should be encrypted, which should be stored in an encrypted format, so that even if there is a data leak or a data loss, or if someone tries to hack it, so this encryption is an important part which does not exist in the current system, which is not being implemented in the current system. So why there is a need for an encryption in the database, in the sense, even if there is a data loss, if we have put a strong encryption to the databases, there is no possibilities of getting a personal. There is no possibilities of losing of a person's data. So no one will be able to misuse it in any illegal way. So this has to be implemented, which is the database encryption and storing all the data in an encrypted database, and retrieving is done by the decryption method. So this has to be implemented as soon as possible. And the next one will be like the next issue is like it is accepted that there are many services being offered online, but these services are being offered at different websites on the internet. Like there is a Tangent Co where you'll be paying your electricity bills, and there are other TN Urban ePay website where you'll be paying the tax payments. So, and other job information offering websites and certificates obtaining websites. There are many websites where you will be availing many services. So these different services are being offered at many different websites. So this is an important problem, where this problem ultimately impacts the awareness being spread among the people about the services being offered online. For example, if we say that all the services are being combined in a one-stop platform, when a citizen comes to avail a service that he wants, he will definitely make a list. He will definitely see all the other services being offered online, so that he will come to know of it. And then in the future, if he needs such service, if he needs to avail such service, so he will come back to the same website and he will be making use of the service online. Or else he might even tell someone who is in need of such services being offered. So such how the awareness is being spread among the people. So this is also absent in the current system, so which has to be sorted out in some way or the other. And then the next issue is like, even when you get into a website, say a TN Urban ePay, where you will be paying the tax billings, like house tax, water tax, property tax, the professional tax, and the underground drainage tax, whatever it is. So you'll be so there is a report like citizens are facing issues like when they log into their accounts and when they enter the consumer bill number and all the required details, so that they'll be getting a bill generated about the pending dues, where they'll have to pay the dues and then they have to clear it out. So the citizens experience a problem like there is no proceed to payment option. Even if the button exists, even if they try to click it and go to the payment procedure, this process is taking a long time, or it is just loading, or it is just not moving to the payment module. So this is another problem. So even all the website function is properly functioning, getting into the website and getting into the login module, getting into the homepage module, getting into the entering the details about the consumer number and all the details, so that, and again getting into the payment module. So the payment module, if the payment module is not functioning, the entire website, the entire existence of the website is just for no use. So this is also an important problem which is still existing and which is still being faced by many people, and even I faced this issue while paying the house tax yeah. And another problem is like which I personally faced before entering the college. Like I was applying to the Anna University and the affiliated colleges. So when applying to this, when taking this online for the application process, I was applying I was just entering all the details online, and after that, when I finally got into the payment module, where you have to pay around 500 or 1000 to successfully register your application. So I faced an issue like the debiting process was more than once. The debiting process was more than once. So it just took place again, which was also reported by many people, and it was not taken into any. There was no action taken about it. For example, I was about to pay 500 per application. So I had proceeded with the payment. So once the amount had been debited, but my application was not successfully registered. My application was not registered and was just blank. The page was not loaded, so the page was just struck, but the amount from the bank account was debited. So I had to do that again, and after doing that again, so 2 times I've done it, and then the amount was debited, and then my registration was successful. So these type of issues are existing in the current system, so these has to be sorted out. So or even if there are any problems like this, there has to be there have to be customer support, so through which we can reclaim our amount back, which has to be which from the backend side they have to be responsible for each and every action, for each and every problems that the citizens face. So this is also an important issue which I faced personally. And after that, I've already said that there is no one-stop web portal through where all the people can avail the services at one stop. So there will be all the categories. So there will be all the category listed out. So through which they can check out all the services being offered. So there is no such existence of an integrated portal where through which more awareness and more reach can be gained on the services being offered. So these are the currently existing problems. And another few problems like most of the web services available, most of the web portals available now which offer services provided by the government, they don't have an antivirus protection within the website. Say a few for the most important updated technologies, big tech giants and much developed websites, they have not an antivirus protected, which is absent in our web portals where the services are being offered. So this antivirus protection is more important because when we take the payment making web portals into consideration, suppose we say the TN Urban ePay or the TangentCo, the antivirus plays a major important role here. So when we take our process to the payment module, if there are no proper antivirus protection in the website, a man in the middle attack might take place, where another hacker will be getting into will be replacing the payment gateway, where you will not be paying the amount to the exact TangentCo to the TNEB. You will be paying it to someone else, or there might be some other malpractice, or there might be some other illegal practices done by the man in the middle. So this also has to be sorted out in some way or the other. So, and the other problem is we've already discussed. There's no much awareness, but we should also consider about the uneducated people. There are more uneducated people even now. So in such case, these uneducated people never come to know about the services being offered online. This is also an issue, and some people don't even know that there are services being offered online through which people can make use of it, get benefited from it. So this also has to be sorted out by spreading awareness among the uneducated people too. So this is also very important. And then the next issue is like there is no updation. I mean, there is no improvements being taken place about the complaints being reported about a particular website or a portal where the service is being offered. So this also has to be done regularly by the support team, by the backend team. So this is under importance. So only then the people come back to the same website or the portal to avail the services again and to give feedbacks about it, and to spread the information among the other people that get benefited from it, so that you can also get benefited from it like that. So this also has to be sorted out. So this has to be implemented as soon as possible. And then the next problem is like an absence of all-time helpline support system, where this is made available in the foreign countries. So this helpline support system is like any citizen within the state can make use of the helpline support by calling to a toll-free number, so that he can get any type of assistance that he needs. So any type of assistance that he needs, or it might be of help, or it might be of an assistance, or it might be of an emergency call, or it might be of reporting an incident, whatever he faced, or it can be of any need of help that the citizen needs. so that he can call it to the toll-free number and then he can get assisted from it. So this is currently absent in our system, which is available in the foreign countries. So this has to be implemented as soon as possible in the newly proposed systems. So these are the various issues and the challenges faced by the citizens and myself too, and my friends too, and many people are still facing the problems. So these problems has to be sorted out in a smooth manner. So we have proposed a solution for it. And the defining of the proposed solution will be done by Meeraj. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Meeraj. I'm going to explain about the proposed system in our project Integrated Tamil Nadu Citizen Services. In the proposed system analysis, first I'm going to explain how the integration takes place and what are the additional features we have added in this, and how the implementation how need to going to be done, and the monetization how it can be implemented effectively, and what are the database techniques can the government include in their web portals. So in future slides, I'm going to explain deeply about the database techniques, and I'm going to explain about my real lifetime incident happened due to this government web portal, and hence, lastly, the conclusion. Okay, now we see the integration and the additional features we have done. Okay, first of all, we see what are the existing web portals we have, and first website is TNE Survey. So we can get most of the certificates in this website, whatever certificate we can get, and mostly this website is in Tamil language, native language, and we can access the popular social contents like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook from here. And here are the recent news, how can access what and all things is going on how to access them. This is Tamil Nadu Generation and Distribution Corporation, where we can able to pay electricity bills. It has some features like quick pay, bill status, online payments, mobile registration, like, and we can able to get new application like that stuffs. And this is the Commissioner of Municipality Administration. Here we can able to pay tax, but before we need to log in this website, then only we can able to access what all we can do in this website. Where we have some quick links like quick payment. Here we can able to select whatever the tax we need to pay, and we can able to pay them by clicking, and some details we need to know how to we need to pay. And this is the virtual learning portal where we can able to learn and how to write government exams like TNPC, and the informations are provided in those webs. Okay, in the integration testing, as the problems and all will be explained by the Sima and Prashanth, I'm going to explain what we are going to integrate and how it is going to be happen. First of all, we'll host a web which is like an open source project. In that web, we are going to just integrate the websites we have seen earlier, like this websites. These are for some few sample websites. Like that, we are going to integrate most of the websites. So and give guidance and information like current information how the website is actually the giving extra informations in which the people can easily understand in their own way. And that web is as it's an open source web project, so it is decentralized and nobody can organize it. That means there is no head for this project. All the people who can support their contribution can able to join this project and give all the information current to informations, and representing the current status, how the in which status the website is now. Like if there is any server down, it will ensure that now this current service this server is down. Like that steps and all when the web portals will be explained, and we will give the priorities to the most frequent results. So first, if the person accesses that website, what are all the most frequent results, like what is current trend and what is the current necessary for the people to access what they need to do, that and all will be shown prioritized and shown before the people, so the people can easily access them. Okay, let I discuss about the implementation and the modernization. In this system, there are mainly three characteristical persons. One is resource gatherer and update, and one is verify the resource, and the other is the people who access in website giving query and feedback. Okay, the resource gatherer and the update person will always gather the latest info and latest news how we keep citizen can access their service, and he will keep on updating the system. And the verify resource person will always verify what and all the resources have been updated by the gatherer person, and he will make sure his informations are correct or not. And the people and query feedback will give the feedback about the services, so that the verify resource can able to identify any flaws or in this website. So it can run in the three-way system. So the resource gatherer will gather the information, verify resource person will always verify, and people will give the query. So suppose the verify resource person is not doing his job correctly means, people will report the query, so that the other persons in the verify resource gatherer can able to make corrections. So the system will work on like this. There will be no mistakes can be made if the implementation have been done like that, because the monetization can be made by the verify resource persons who are the verifying the resources, and can make the better by giving some tips and making corrections what and all the resource gather and operators have done. And now we come to the database techniques. Here I'm going to explain about what are the database techniques can government can employ, because nowadays there are mostly more frequent data breaches even in the famous companies. So I have found some of the steps so that there will be database breach will be less and the database can be more efficiently stored. Okay, first there should be no third-party database. It means the government should not rely on any other database. Suppose Google is providing database system and Amazon is providing database system. So government should not rely on both the companies. Most probably government won't rely on them, but even though due to the budget system, they should not go for them, because if they rely on them, then the data will be monitored by both of the companies. So if there is any data breach, it will be like less secure. So the government need to maintain their own database and maintaining record at their own server and set up at low memory. And one important thing is nowadays we are handling with huge amount of data, so the data is maintained in the server must be at low memory rate. Lower memory rate in the manner the documents or the information stored must be in low memory, and the information must be in efficient way. Suppose if they are storing the image at very low memory means it cannot be viewable, but the image should be very low, but the image should be viewable. Like that, in the easy manner, they need to store by founding the new technological systems and a new encryption technique. In database technique, the main concept is the encryption, because if there is any data breach, also the hacker who hacked the data from the data server, he cannot able to do it if their encryption was in high level. So there are new encryption techniques are that the government must be deploy this new encryption techniques. And one more thing is we can use a blockchain technology. Nowadays we are hearing about the Bitcoin transactions. The Bitcoin transactions are mainly maintained by the blockchain technology for each transaction. So like that, the government can also use some blockchain technology for this database management system. If the in blockchain system, if the transaction is happened, it can be never reversed. So like that, if happened means if there is any record has been published in the database, so it can be never reversed, so the security of the system will be more enhanced. Okay, now I'm going to explain about my real-time problem which I have faced in my, how to say, actually I have faced due to one time I have not wear the helmet, and I have got to the traffic police, and he have given like this belt, and he told we need to go to the net center and we need to pay. So I seen this challan, and I tried in my own way. Seeing here they are given some website. So going to that website, I will try to pay. First, I will show that what is that website. Okay, this is that website. and we can able to log in by using our username. For username creation, we need to first register. So I can go for get channel details. I, I maximize that image so that it will be easy for me to see. This is not image. Yeah, this is that image, and this is a browser. There are three options available in this channel details. We can able to see our channel detail by using channel number or vehicle number. Most probably, we think that vehicle number can be easy to find that details. But even if we are providing a vehicle number, we need to know about the chassis number and engine number. So it is another difficult for us. So we need to type that huge big channel number. I'm going to type that. Okay, this is the issue I was facing. Actually, this bill was already paid by me. I have paid this bill in January month this year, to 2021. I have paid before paying also. It is showing like that only. It's showing pay now. And if I am going to pay now and I verified my mobile number and it's showing some options for payment, but I have tried most of all the payment details, but I have cannot able to pay. So I visited my nearby internet center and I have tried to pay. In that also some two times the server was busy and I cannot able to pay. And at last I went to them and I have paid. I think the amount is 100 and they have charged for 20 rupees for extra charges. And here itself the amount is visible. But even after I'm paying and I have came home and checking this payment is updated or not, it is not updated. So and the next day I'm coming and seeing and this payment is updated or not. No. But even after I'm checking now, it's I think so 5 months I think. After checking 5 months, it's showing we need to pay now. But have I have already paid, but it's showing like that. So this like under flaws and all available. And one more thing I'm explain about I need to share is my father had need to produce his police verification certificate. So he also tried to nearby internet center. In that time, I have tried 4 times for police verification. We need to first go to the internet portal and file for that. We need to have some police verification like that. So we need to pay some charges too. So first time we have tried, and each time we have tried, it has been debited 500 from the internet center's account, and it's in the last moment it's going and it is saying that the server is down. Like that, each 4 times it has done, and the 2000 amount has been credited, and I don't know when it is going to be refunded. But at last, it was not happened to do the complete process. But one day, for my father, the message has come that they have issued a letter, so police verification need to be done. So suddenly he don't know. We have not the completely finished the full process, but the process has been completed. But in which attempt the process has been attempted and how it is happened, don't know. But at last, my father somehow he had managed to get the police verification. So these are the real life incident happened in my life, and this is the conclusion. Okay, the final idea of this project is just to give the extra guidance to the people, and we are not doing any extra thing. We are only gathering the information and keep on updating in our portal and make people life easier by how people can understand we are going to do like that, and we are going to update frequently. So the web server conditions can be updated. So if the people need to update that service, he can check before here. So if the web server is down, he can able to conclude that now we can not able to update the service. So when the website will be properly available, the time he can conduct like that. The latest news or the latest thing they will be providing this website. And if the government changes any procedure for updating any service, that also will be updated. Like that, what and all things can be useful for the people. That and all will be going to integrate in the system. And and at last we are going to add some feature like giving recommendation to the government portal. So in the government portals, we can able to contact the portal agency, or we can able to give feedback or query. So in our project, this is one part. So we can able to monitor and we can able to updating our system. At the same time, we can able to make the government portals easier or we can able to make the government portal better by giving guidance to the government portal. So if they address our feedback, they can able to improve their government portals, and I think they can improve. So since this e-governance in 10 has came in 2010 or 2000, I think so. So in future states it will be developed more, and in our project, if it is developed in future, it will also help the people to make their life easier. Thank you.